social media using the hashtag 2KTV.
The Raptors with a singular focus as they got off the team bus, looking to lock down a valuable win on the road. Welcome, basketball fans, to a very special Veterans Day. Of the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Kevin Harlan, and we've got Steve Smith and Greg Anthony at the table with me. And the fourth member of our crew, David Aldridge, our sideline reporter. Here are the five for the Raptors. Sharing the wing spots for them, it'll be Trent Jr. and Anunoby. Inside for him, it's Barnes and Siakam. And it's Van Vliet in at the 1. And for the Sonics, we've got Lou Dort, Gilgeous-Alexander out there with Chris, and it's Baisley in at the power forward position. A lot of focus on the guard matchup tonight, Greg. Both these teams rely on their backcourts to lead the way for them.
And if anything, it should make for an entertaining basketball game. And it becomes a little bit of a chess match when it's a backcourt duel. Those are always fun.
Here's Van Vliet. Lays it up off the glass.
And you have to credit Anunoby. He's put in the work to become a better playmaker.
Here's James. To the middle and stolen by Barnes. Down low. Here's Siakam. And it's Seattle with the rebound. And here we go. Fast break. James has got it. And contact on the shot, so he'll be shooting free throws here.
First personal foul.
It's going to be on Terry Trent Jr.
Yeah, good job to take it right at the D.
Seattle shooting their first shots from the stripe in this game.
And they've done some really nice work at the foul line, knocking down 80%.
Free throw good, James. And James drills them both. And a deep roster for the Raptors. But, Smitty, do they have the star power, the star talent to win big?
Well, they have Scotty Barnes. He was last season's Rookie of the Year. His growth will be key. But with Fred VanVleet and Pascal Siakam, all-star caliber players, Toronto's not shy on talent, Kevin.
Now here's James, following the miss by Pascal Siakam. And out of bounds as the Raptors gain possession. Here's Van Vliet, one of the most consistent producers in the league. He's averaging around 25.5 points a game. 13 feet away. And the rejection by James. Here's Anunoby. And he gets the whistle. 2 free throws coming up.
Well, he's still polishing the skill set. Anunoby has the size and versatility that every team wants out of his wings.
Vinny OG Anunoby from the UK has had a nice impact on the game.
And he said he wants to grow the game in England. OG's hoping to open up some paths to the NBA for young players from the UK.
The first one falls. And so he hits both. Here's James. He carries a very heavy load for him offensively, averaging nearly 32 points a game. To the paint, and he jams it with authority.
A little undersized at the 4, but he can get off the ground.
And here in the first, closing in on 2 minutes play. Trent outside. Barnes kicks to Anunoby. Pass to Siakam. Over Chris. Siakam's shot is off.
They are out of rhythm. 1 for 5 so far. You just need to calm down and reward your matchups.
Here's James. That's in, and he found his range with that one. Now 1 for 2.
They're going to have to come up with a better matchup. This guy just too much speed.
And you love seeing that great mobile one drive a second time.
And putting that pressure on the rim. That's what it's all about, threatening with that attack.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And this is what you like about his perimeter D. Never gave up and challenged the deep one.
You see some guys, they just mail it in. They don't go out and contest it. Not him. He's going to compete through the entire play.
Now Trent. Following the miss by Fred Van Vliet from deep. Barnes with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. Jumps up, and James throws it down hard.
And that's how to make an impact with defense. Once the steal is made, you know they're going to be scattered.
And now let's take one more look at that great mobile one drive.
That's an incredible move by him on what's been an impressive night all around.
Anunoby passes to Siakam. Toronto working the ball around now. Shot clock at 5. Poked away and stolen by James. Oh, and he jams it right over Pascal Siakam. Wow!
He's going to put that one in his scrapbook. Insane dunk.
And now they're starting to rub it in. Build up a lead, and here we go, baby. It is showtime. So timeout called here, the first for the Raptors. With so much of the season still in front of us, Smitty, what does the main focus have to be for a team on any given night?
Well, winning's never a bad idea, Kevin. These games mean just as much now as they do in April. You can work on rotations and chemistry, but don't let it cost you wins.
Here's Van Vliet. Wide open shot is on the money.
A good shooter who can operate at different speed. Love when Fred is knocking down that mid-range jumper.
Van Vliet against James. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. 6 on the shot clock. Lets it go with a 3. And that one goes out of bounds. Nice touch by Gilgeous-Alexander. Let's take a second look at that fantastic block.
And an early swat like that can really set the tone. Now the shooters will be feeling his presence.
And Barnes has got the ball here for Toronto. Trailing by 4. Here's Van Vliet, and he lays it straight in. Van Vliet's got his 3rd basket of the night.
He's hot this quarter, getting the shots he wants, and he's delivering.
And he lobs it up toward the rim, an emphatic alley-oop jam.
Chemistry at its best, an unreal alley-oop.
You're right, the pass, the catch, the dunk, all of it perfect. Here's Van Vliet, and the basket for the 4th time from the field. He's a healthy 4 for 6.
Built to take as much punishment as you want to dish out. Fred Van Vliet not fazed by physical D.
James, the pass to Baisley. Oh, and it looks like that's going to be a goaltending call. Yep, that's it. So they'll get the basket.
Yeah, that's a tough call for the ref to make there. I'm not sure it was on the way down, but that's how they saw it.
Achua, he's checked in for Toronto. Here's Van Vliet. 8 points for him. Pass to Anunoby. Back to Van Vliet. Barnes outside. And Barnes gets double teamed. Here's Van Vliet. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Van Vliet's got 10 points in the game. James looking around. And it's blocked right out of the air and controls it. Barnes kicks to Van Vliet. Passes it to Barnes. Trent with it. Van Vliet outside. Drops in the tray. 13 points in the game.
Fred's a bit of a streak shooter from out there, but when he's feeling it, he's deadly.
Here's James, and a lot of contact on that one, so he'll shoot 2 here. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
First personal foul, second team foul.
In a moment here to take a look at some hustle stats for Toronto.
The way they've been going after steals in this game, it has been super impressive. They are wreaking havoc right now.
And another thing, guys, they've been very active tonight, frequently creating scoring opportunities off turnovers.
Free throw good. James. Some changes for Toronto. Ken Burch is checked in for Scotty Barnes. And it's Otto Porter Jr. in for OG Anunoby. And both free throws good for James.
We've seen him put a lot of pressure on the defense and then cash in at the line.
Achua, the pass to Van Vliet. Over James, and stolen by James. Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Good, and the assist goes to James. James has got 4 assists now tonight. And a closer look here at the hustle stats for Seattle.
For me, they're turning defense into offense, creating opportunities by taking the ball away. Great effort.
And something else they've done well tonight is finding points in transition. So far, the fast break has been a plus for them.
For the Sonics, Mike Muscala is checked in for Chris. Okashevsky's come in for Basil. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for James. Now here's Van Vliet. What a tremendous game he played against Houston. Over to the wing. Dort against Porter. Puts it up from 7, and he hits the jump shot.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Stolen by Van Vliet. Outside Porter. Back to Van Vliet. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in.
What a defensive play. Gets the stop and does it without fouling.
And Greg Anthony for Shai Gilgeous-Alexander. Part of a growing trend in this NBA, giving his team length in the backcourt.
Yeah, 6'6" with a 6'11" wingspan. He can see over the top of the defense. He helps you on the glass, and he can switch onto front court players defensively. That's what teams are looking for nowadays.
Trent outside. Back to Van Vliet. The pass to Achua. Trent outside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Yes, that goes in. Van Vliet's got 15 points.
This is what happens when Fred gets into a rhythm. His whole offensive game rises to another level.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Van Vliet. And good work on the boards. They pick up the second chance points. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his second basket. Van Vliet looking around to the inside. Porter. That falls. Great assist by Van Vliet.
He's heady. He's unselfish. All Van Vliet does is make winning plays.
And Gilgeous-Alexander's got the ball here for the Supersonics. Inside. And foul on the shot, so he'll get a chance at the line.
First personal foul.
Seattle shooting their fifth and 6 free throws of the game. That's good from Muscala. Chris Boucher's checked in for a Chua.
2 shots.
And Muscala drops them both. And Fred Van Vliet, a player who has always shot well from outside.
And Kevin Van Vliet has continued to kind of take on more of an offensive load. Increased his volume while maintaining efficiency. Not every player able to do that.
Van Vliet passes to Birch. Now here's Van Vliet. Three-pointer. And the Raptors hit again from deep.
Gary Trent Jr., his teammate, was so open, he could have passed it with his eyes closed.
Now here's Gilgeous-Alexander. They count on his contributions, currently providing 16.5 points a game.
You almost have to assume he's going to knock those down when he is that open.
And it's blocked. To the paint. Here's George. And he takes the fantastic lead pass up strong for the slam.
And this is Gilgeous-Alexander's responsibility to find his guys when they're open.
That's the end.
And that concludes a back-and-forth high-scoring first quarter of play. Sonics lead by 2. And the second quarter will get underway just after this short break. And we hope you're enjoying the game. Both teams tonight keeping things pretty even so far in the scoreboard. And before we move on, guys, what do you think about what we've seen so far from the Supersonics?
Yeah, in that first period, they look to push in transition at every opportunity.
That's their mindset. Attack, attack, and attack some more. You're not going to beat them playing soft.
So the Raptors 5 right now. Van Vliet in the backcourt. Trent Jr. to his side. OG Anunoby is out there with Chris Boucher. And it's Siakam in at the center, filling out the middle. Here's James. It's hauled in by the Raptors. And that game will be game 2 of 3 straight on the road. Trent can't hit. And that one clearly a foul. Gets the whistle and 2 shots coming up. I've heard it said, Greg, a coach can't give you confidence, but they can take it away. What's the meaning behind that?
Well, players at this level are naturally confident, but when coaches are always critical, it can take you out of your game. Makes you just start to think a little too much on the floor.
Free throw good, James. The Raptors making a switch here. Barnes is checked in. Both free throws good from James. Raptors trail by 4. And that's out of bounds. Toronto will retain possession. And now the latest from our reporter, David Aldridge.
Thanks, guys. A busy few years for Nick Nurse. In 2019, he helped lead the Raptors to the title, and he was the 2020 Coach of the Year. He says, it means a lot to me that this city and this country loves this team so much. We can go out there and give them something to be proud of. Of course, Kevin, he's been a key part of that success. Back to you.
Maybe the single most important part of their success. BA, thank you so much.
Tough to contain Siakam around the rim. He has underrated strength.
And you watch the way that Siakam plays. It can get you in the open court or in half-court sets. Great forward who gives you a little bit of everything.
throw good. Siakam. And for Siakam, Greg, he almost epitomizes the modern forward.
And that's not to say he's the best forward, but he displays all the skills you now expect from that position. Solid player who any team would love to have. Any chance you get, you want to put yourself in a position to succeed, and that's what he did there.
Great job of reading the floor, got to the rim, and made a play.
Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And gotta like what they've been doing down low in the post.
We're about a minute and a half into the second quarter now. Up top, Anunoby. And oh boy, a lot of contact there, but he gets the call and will shoot two.
OG's a tricky cover, has strength, has quickness, and just still learning the game.
For Toronto, they have been successful on 3 of their 4 free throw attempts up to this point.
Yeah, looking over their percentage on the season, I think they will be thrilled with the number in terms of their free throw percentage, 79.
That's good from Anunoby. He hits both from the stripe.
And working, Kevin, themselves to the line here in the second. A nice way to get your offense going.
Van Vliet against James. To the middle. It's deflected. On the wing, Giddey. 5 to shoot. Floats it up for James. It's going to be a 24-second shot clock violation. They turn it over. Achua, he's checked in for Toronto.
Precious Achua.
And so Anunoby will bring it up for the Raptors. It's a 3-point game. Van Vliet outside. Can't tie it up as that one misses.
Well, he was in rhythm, hitting 2 threes in the opening quarter, but hasn't made one since.
Here's James. Good for another basket for him. Number 4 today. He's 4 of 8.
And, guys, they continue to put a lot of pressure on the interior defenders with their work down low.
And that's life above the rim. Courtesy of our AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Now here's Van Vliet. 18 points for him.
I mean, an excellent ball handler who varies his pace. Van Vliet knows how to create separation.
James, the pass to Muscala. The shot's good. Muscala's got 6.
Those defenders just look a little bit gassed. I mean, they're getting pushed around on that low block.
Raptors trail by 5. Pass to Anunoby. Achua with it. Good ball movement here by the Raptors. Barnes down low. Giddey defending. Van Vliet can't get it to go.
And all quarter long, it's been the same story. Inconsistent with his offense.
James against Van Vliet. Pass to Pokusevski. Clock at 6. Back to James. 17-foot shot on the way. The Raptors have gotten off to a rough start here in the second quarter, going just 1 for 5. Anunoby. Here's Achua. The dunk by Achua.
That's why you never quit battling on the offensive glass.
And that's a nice reward for his effort. The flush. Perfect.
Working hard, beating everyone to the ball. He does this night in and night out.
Great job of screening there. Nice job to take it to the rim and get the finish.
Toronto calls timeout. You look at James. What a contribution.
Good decision to regather. Talk it over. Your main concern now is how to slow this guy down on the offensive end.
platoon swap here for Seattle. Raptors trail by 5. Barnes outside. Back to Van Vliet. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. 22 points for Fred Van Vliet.
The youngster, Scotty Barnes, has great vision.
Gilgeous-Alexander against Van Vliet. From the top of the key, it's rebounded by Anunoby. Toronto, they've gone 3 of 8 from the field since the beginning of the second quarter. They get the rebound. Van Vliet passes to Achua. That one doesn't go.
Unusual for him, just a lack of concentration. Fails to finish the play.
And it's Wiggins missing. Toronto's gone 0 of 3 from beyond the arc to start the second quarter. Siakam kicks to Van Vliet. Beyond the arc. It's hauled in by the Sonics. Chris has got 4 rebounds now tonight. Oh, and they get in the way of the alley-oop. Not to be. Good play defensively. To the inside. Siakam. And the call on the shot sends him to the line.
First personal foul.
And when you look at Pascal Siakam, he has only gotten better.
Yes, GA, having his best seasons the last 3 years, averaging over 20 points, and he's a rebounding machine.
First free throw is good.
From a role player to an elite talent, Pascal Siakam continues to impress with his all-around game.
Ken Burge is checked in for the Raptors. Porter comes in for OG Anunoby. So he makes 1 of 2 as the second one misses. Gilgeous-Alexander looking around. Shoots over Van Vliet. And once again off the mark by Seattle.
It's amazing. All night he's been out of sync on the offensive end, yet they continue to lead.
Go into the rack with energy. And the D afraid to cut him off.
Yeah, gotta chalk that one up to some shaky defending.
In a close game like this, everything has to be challenged, and everything has to be earned.
Here's Gilgeous-Alexander. Oh, and that one, no question, powered it down.
And that's a special play coming from the one spot.
You know, his passing can take a backseat for that dunk. Wow.
It just shows you the versatility. This guy can do a lot of different things for you. Woo-wee.
Siakam's shot is off. Last game for the Raptors, they picked up the W against Houston. Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Shoots over Van Vliet. Shot is good off the back rim and in. Now it's a 4-point Seattle lead.
He's efficient, low turnover rate. Shea is more than capable of running the show.
Back to Van Vliet. The 3-ball. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes.
For 3.
Barnes has got his 4th assist with that last one here tonight.
2 minutes remaining in the first half. 2 minutes.
1:57 left in the second quarter. Chris, count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed assist.
Still growing as a true lead guard. Gilgeous-Alexander is a high IQ passer who isn't afraid to let the play develop.
Now here's Barnes. He's gotten some minutes, but nothing on the board yet. Van Vliet wide open, and the Raptors hit again from deep.
Yeah, that's 2 bombs in a row from long range.
Outside, Gilgeous-Alexander. Van Vliet with it. He's picked up by Gilgeous-Alexander. And again, Fred Van Vliet. Van Vliet's got 30 points.
He's given a great lift to this offense tonight. Very, very efficient.
Gilgeous-Alexander passes to Baisley.
Raptors foul. Ken Burge. Second personal foul. Second team foul.
For Seattle, they have been at their finest 4 at the free throw line tonight. 8 attempts, 8 makes. He misses the free throw. Some changes for Toronto. Chris Boucher comes in for Pascal Siakam. And Trent subbed in for Scotty Barnes. For Toronto, they've gone 7 of 16, shooting just under 50% here in the second quarter. High, arcing shot. Porter, no luck. And Seattle shooting it very well. 54% from the floor in the second quarter.
Well, he's going to have some explaining to do on the sideline about why he took that shot.
Low percentage chance. If it's not there, give up the rock. Trust your teammates.
Now, here's Porter. And right now, he's averaging about 7 points a game. Just 5 on the clock. Pulls it up. It's hauled in by the Sonics. Gilgeous-Alexander's got his 5th rebound right now in the game. Here he goes. Another shot. Chris gets the bucket. Chris has got his second bucket.
And how about the timing on the backboards there from Chris? Has the size and quickness to be a problem.
Van Vliet with the bucket.
Yet another 3. Once we hit the second quarter, it just seems as if those threes just started to fall like raindrops.
And here's Gilgeous-Alexander outside. So that'll be it for the first half. Fairly even battle underway in this one. It's the Raptors up by 3. And we'll be back for the second half following the break. Keep it right here on 2K Sports.
And now, the 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Welcome back, everyone, to the 2K Sports Halftime Show. Some big-time action already in this one. I'm Ernie Johnson, along with Kenny the Jet Smith and Shaquille O'Neal. Fred VanVleet has been the story in this one. He ended up with 33 points, 3 steals, and 1 assist. It's hard to imagine how he could have been any better in the first 2 quarters. And taking a look at the Raptors, Kenny, what you see out there?
They've been knocking it down from 3. You have to give the playmakers credit for consistently finding the open job. And then, of course, the shooters have delivered. If they keep it up, they're going to be tough to beat.
And, big fella, let's get your thoughts on the home team.
The amount of turnovers they piled up in that first half was the same. Way too reckless. Some guys trying to do too much. Others the opposite. They got to take care of the ball if they ever want to sustain momentum.
And that's a wrap. With the third quarter approaching, we now send you back to Kevin and the crew.
And after a fairly even first couple of quarters, the second half could turn out to be a great one as both teams try to gain an edge. Fred VanVleet has been sensational.
Man, he's been running wild on him through that first half. Absolute dynamite on offense.
This is his challenge, to continue to dominate, to help them try to close strong here in the second half.
We've got Chris, Lou Dort out there with Gilgeous-Alexander, and it's James in at the point. And that's who Mark Daigneault starts the second half. And Smitty, Fred VanVleet has really come into his own as a starter.
He has, Kevin. He has proven he can run an offense. He's also a dynamic and confident scorer, and someone you can depend on to sink big-time shots.
From deep, James, and it's Toronto with the rebound. Now, Anunoby. Siakam left side. Back to VanVleet from outside the arc. Can't hit that one. And it's the Supersonics taking it the other way. Following this game, they hit the road. They'll take on the Knicks in New York. Sets in motion a 4-game road trip for them. Raptors leading by 5. Trent outside.
Come to me.
Here's Anunoby. Off the mark there with the 3-point shot. Seattle has gone 0-2 from deep to start things here in the second half. The shot's good from Gilgeous-Alexander.
Just such a well-rounded offensive player. He's got a little bit of everything.
Barnes kicks to Trent. And he gets the whistle for the 3-second call.
Hate to see that. I know everyone's mind is on the play, but you've got to protect the ball.
Glad we got the chance to see that remarkable rejection.
And that is a huge block. Given how close this game is, a stop like that was right on point.
Seattle trails by 3. James outside. He lobs up the alley-oop pass.
Oh, just a soft touch on both ends of that pretty alley-oop.
I got to say, when he threw the pass, I didn't know where it was going. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for Toronto. Trent outside. For the 3. And James pulls it down.
They come out ice cold to start this half. 3 misses and as many attempts.
And stolen by Barnes. A finish. And the dunk by Barnes.
All started by Barnes managing to find a steal using those long arms to swipe the ball.
James against Van Vliet for the tie. They get it back. Shot is good, and the Toronto lead is cut down to just 1 on the basket from Beasley.
I wonder what the score would be if they weren't controlling the backcourt.
And the Raptors call time here.
Next round is section wants a T-shirt.
For the Sonics, Mike Muscala is checked in for Chris. Okashevsky's come in for Basin. And Josh Giddey's subbed in for Gilgeous-Alexander. Siakam passes to Anunoby. For 3, Van Vliet. He's off on that one. And it's the Supersonics taking it the other way.
Ugly start to this half. Hitting just 20% from the field. Gotta pick it up.
Yeah, just nice strength there, and then just off with the shot.
The Sonics have made their free throws at a pretty good clip. They've hit 8 of 10.
James, 2 shots.
Ties it up, and this next one could give them the lead. And that drops, so they now lead by 1. The Raptors have gone only 1 of 5 from the field since halftime. Very slow start offensively. Anunoby finds Van Vliet. Here's James. And James throws it down hard.
And guys, I don't know that this is the time for that kind of flair. In a close game, the important thing is to get the 2 points, not necessarily the dramatics.
Oh, come on. He had to go for that, didn't he? My goodness. Getting another opportunity here to see that powerful rejection.
Sharp instincts on D there. Just timing. When to rise up and swat that one away.
What I like about OG Anunoby for a young player, he's not pushing to do more than they want him to do.
James in the post, covered by Van Vliet. Shot from the low block. Just 5 to shoot. Muscala misses. The Raptors have gone 2 of 6 from the field here in the third. And foul on the shot. He'll shoot 2 at the free throw line. And Scotty Barnes, the Rookie of the Year in 2022 in the NBA.
And you can argue he was maybe the biggest surprise of the 21 draft. Made a huge impact on the floor immediately. If you did a redraft of that class, he'd be closer to the top.
The Raptors making a switch here. Achua's checked in. James against Van Vliet. Stolen by Van Vliet. Passes it to Barnes. Achua with it. Trent passes to Barnes. And he drops in the layup off the glass. Barnes has got 4 points in the quarter. And what's your take, guys, on the hustle steps for the Raptors?
Their defense, it's their defense. It has been downright incredible so far, being disruptive and coming up with steals left and right.
And another thing, guys, they dominated on fast breaks tonight, outrunning their opponent the entire game.
That one's good, and the Raptor lead is cut down to just 2 points with the bucket from James.
And, guys, the D has to show a little more fight on the interior than they did on that trip.
Now, here's Trent. He's been patient so far, nothing on the scoreboard yet. Van Vliet can't get it to go. The Supersonics have gone 5 of 9 on field goal attempts since halftime. And that'll be 2 free throws coming up. Officials on the call with the foul.
Second personal foul.
It's going to be on Gary Trent Jr. This team is credited Giddy's background for shaping him as a player.
You know, he grew up in a house dominated by basketball. Both his parents played professionally in Australia, and that goes a long way toward developing your basketball IQ.
And he makes the first. David Wabas checked in for Seattle. Gilgeous-Alexander comes in for James. Chris Boucher's checked in for the Raptors. Otto Porter Jr. comes in for Barnes. And both free throws good for Giddey. And so Van Vliet will bring it up for the Raptors. Here's Trent, and it's blocked by Gilgeous-Alexander. And that one goes out of bounds. That's touched by Gilgeous-Alexander. Outside Porter. Van Vliet outside.
Combining the length and the effort, Shai Gilgeous-Alexander making an impact at the defensive end.
Stolen by Van Vliet. And here's the fast break. Porter leading the way. Giddey against Trent. Porter passes to Boucher. And too much time in the lane. They get called for the 3-second violation. Ken Birch is checked in for Achua.
Into the lineup for the Raptors, Ken Birch.
Seattle has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. Gilgeous-Alexander against Van Vliet. They now take the lead. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 12.
And defensively, they are on their heels every time the ball comes inside.
Toronto trailer. Trent outside. Outside Porter. And there's the pass to Birch. Back to Porter. 5 on the clock. Trent passes to Boucher. Gilgeous-Alexander pulls it in. Gilgeous-Alexander's got 6 rebounds here tonight.
Really strong rebounding on the interior, and he gets the easy putback.
Now, here's Gilgeous-Alexander. 12 points for him. Double team on Gilgeous-Alexander. Some nice ball movement here by Seattle. And yes, it's good. Giddey's got 4 points now in the quarter.
Great timing. That can be the difference between an assist and a turnover.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Seattle grabs the miss.
I don't know how many shots he's missed this quarter, but they're going to have to find offense from someone else.
And for the Raptors, they're shooting 31% here in the third. Offensively, they are looking bleak. Pass to Porter. Back to Van Vliet. There's the 3. That one, no good.
And so much for repeating the three-point barrage he put on in the first half. Nothing here in the second.
Basket counts. 14 points for him.
Gilgeous-Alexander.
1:22 left to play in the third. Guys, they're looking for a way to score here.
Yeah, they've had a tough time taking the lid off.
To the wing on the left. Down low, here's Birch. Makes it off the glass.
Good decision from Chris Boucher, wanting to get his teammates involved.
And here is Gilgeous-Alexander. He's got 14.
Big hops from the backcourt.
Oh, absolutely. And maybe just what they need to get this game, GA, going in their direction.
It's a tight contest. Those type of plays can fire up your team and swing momentum.
And the Raptors with the ball. The Sonics getting the bucket. And a wide open look for Porter. They get it again. Birch. The shot, no good. And the Sonics with possession. They're on a 12-4 run. Gilgeous-Alexander can't get it to go. Raptors trail by 4. Pass to Boucher. And it's off from three-point range. Seattle has gotten blank from three-point land so far in the third. Still 0 for 3. And a wide open look for Gilgeous-Alexander. And he gets that one to go off the front iron.
This is why I love his game. You really have to admire his tenacity.
And so it's Seattle with a 6-point lead at the end of the quarter. Their lead is where it is because they've gotten good shots. A lot of good shots. And we'll be back with you shortly. Now let's take a look at our assist of the game presented by State Farm.
And, you know, you can always count on him for at least a couple of these pretty assists over the course of a game. And this one, a thing of beauty.
You see why they trust him with the ball in his hands. He can make the simple play, and he can pull off the spectacular.
And it's been a very competitive game so far as we get rolling here in quarter number 4. So the Raptors 5 right now. They've got Achua. Right, Van Vliet out there with Barnes. Then it's OG Anunoby. And it's Siakam in at center. Now, here's Siakam. After the miss from Shai Gilgeous-Alexander.
As they're trailing in this game, they're trying to stay in it with the triple. They're shooting a lot more of them than they did in the first half.
And the call is going to be, yes, it is, an illegal screen.
And there it is on a night when he's been so efficient handling the basketball. That's his first real mistake.
Big group substitution here for Seattle. Chris, he's checked in for Mike Muscala. Paisley comes in for Pokuševski. Dort, he's checked in for David Nwaba. And James subbed in for Josh Giddey. Now, here's Anunoby. In the corner, it's Van Vliet. Basket is good. The assist from Barnes. Barnes has got 5 assists in the game. Van Vliet against James. Chris in the post. The feed to James. Dort wide open. And he's good on the 3-ball.
When you have Dort on your side, this is what he brings on the offensive end. Great off the catch and fire.
And here's Van Vliet from the arc. Here's Siakam. And the rebound paying off as they pick up 2 on the second chance bucket right there.
Salvage the possession. He's a terrific offensive rebounder.
James against Van Vliet. Chris gets the bucket.
And this is where Chris does a considerable amount of damage. Feels comfortable taking those interior shots.
And that was another look at the fantastic Mobile One drive that happened a moment ago.
And that's the kind of bucket they needed. Close game in the second half. Great finish on that one.
Now here's Barnes. A clear look for Van Vliet. Goes back up. Count the basket and the foul. That one on Gilgeous-Alexander.
Good instincts from Scotty Barnes on the offensive glass, and he put it back home.
And a moment to look at the scoring approach in terms of where the points are coming from for the Supersonics.
They are dominating the paint in this one. Consistent work inside throughout the game.
And also, they are working the opposition from the mid-range, continuing to fire away with confidence from there.
Now here's James. Pass to Baisley. Fires for three. Yes, it's James picking up the assist. And the Sonics lead by 3.
Defensively, a breakdown along the perimeter. Just too slow to rotate.
The pass to Anunoby. On the wing, Barnes. Inside, Siakam. And he takes it in for the layup off a very nice feed.
This is where Siakam is comfortable operating from. He loves going to work in the paint.
James with it. Guarded now by Barnes. James wide open. He climbs that one off the back iron, and down it falls. James has got 22.
And some kind of switch must have been flipped at halftime because both teams are getting after it.
I would have loved to hear the coach's speech because they really took heed to it. Like you said, both teams playing at a different pace.
Fouled in the act of shooting. Gets the bucket anyway, so a three-point play chance for him.
At the line for the Raptors, Pascal Siakam.
And here are the Supersonics now. James in the post. Covered by Van Vliet. James misses. Barnes outside. Anunoby, good.
If you're OG Anunoby, it's about staying healthy. You already know if you're healthy and whole, you can be successful.
Now here's James. Fred Van Vliet grabs the miss. Van Vliet's got his 5th rebound in this one. And here's Trent outside. Offensive rebound. A beautiful reverse layup. Siakam's got 11 in the second half.
It's just what the doctor ordered here. Boy, have they needed him here in the 4th.
James, the pass to Baisley. And Barnes sends it back.
How about the commitment on defense from Scotty Barnes? Skilled at swatting them away.
Shot clock at 5. And Fred Van Vliet is going to pick up a foul. That's foul number 2 for him.
First team foul.
James with it. 5 to shoot. They need this. And it's good on the layup. James has got 24 points.
And you want him taking big shots for you in big moments. That one was as easy as it gets.
And I don't think he expected to get that good of a look. Poor communication defensively.
3 points.
Well, this is what you're trying to do. Put the game away.
And he's doing it by getting to his spots and making big shots.
And he hits it and gets hacked on the play. A 3-point possibility if he can convert the free throw.
And you don't want to allow too many of those short personal fouls with the game right now in the balance.
At the line for the Supersonics, Marquise Chris. 1 shot.
And even though they're down, they are putting on a show at the free throw line.
Raptors with the lead. Van Vliet passes to Anunoby. Barnes kicks to Trent. Raptors moving the ball around. Siakam, good.
I don't know what coach told him at halftime, but he is shooting the lights out right now.
Here's James. Count that bucket. James has got 6 in the quarter.
And that's right in his wheelhouse, looking to make an impact when it counts.
It's the 4th quarter, and it's a close game. You want to get the ball to someone you can rely on.
Here's Van Vliet after the Sonics pick up 2. Pass to Anunoby. Van Vliet against James. And the rejection by James. And a bit of a battle here for the ball. The official signals a jump ball here. Toronto with the ball. Gilgeous-Alexander with it. Guarded now by Barnes.
It's fascinating to watch Dort evolve his game. He's raised his free throw percentage to 84% last year. And for the first time in his career, he shot over 40% from the field.
So what would you say is next for Dort and his development?
You know, Kevin, I'd like to see him get to the line more often. He has room to grow as a playmaker. Of course, locking down the consistency from range. But he has the work ethic to make all of that happen.
Makes it, and the next one could tie it up.
Who needs the NBA draft? I mean, Dort worked his way onto the team, into the rotation, and then turns into a key contributor.
That one drops. He ties it up. Toronto's gotten 3 of their 6 3-pointers to fall here in the fourth. Trent outside. Back to Van Vliet. Now the dish to Barnes. Trent outside. Anunoby kicks to Van Vliet. And again, no good by Toronto.
He's kind of lost his way this period, having a hard time getting anything to go down.
And it's Van Vliet with the ball for the Raptors. Siakam. Rebound by the Sonics. Chris has got rebound number 10 tonight with that last one. James against Van Vliet. The bucket is good. He'll have a chance for one more. Scotty Barnes picks one up.
I mean, that's a good job working the ball inside and getting a quality shot.
At the line for the Supersonics, James. At the line for one.
Free throw good, James.
Yeah, that's who you want stepping to the line when the game is close.
And the Raptors call time here.
And the lack of rim protection, top of the list.
And it boils down to the question. Toughness. One team showing it, the other allowing itself to be bullied.
And now a moment to present the New Balance Player of the Game.
And what an amazing ball game we've seen from him. It's been a one-man show worth the price of admission all by itself. There wasn't anything he couldn't do on that court tonight.
Okashevsky's checked in for Chris. A moment now to hear from our sideline reporter, Hall of Famer David Aldridge. David.
Hey guys, during the last timeout I listened to Nick Nurse talk to his team. He's pleased that they're getting consistent points in the paint. He said, in this league, it's not easy to do what you guys are doing. Let's just keep doing it until they stop us. Kevin?
Thanks, David.
2 minutes
and here is James.
2 minutes.
Following Fred Van Vliet's three. Shooting foul as the whistle blows. He'll shoot 2 free throws.
Third personal foul. 5th team foul. At the line for the Supersonics, James. Taking 2 shots.
He drops the first one, and that gives them the lead. And a tough break is his second attempt at the line. No good.
You know he wanted to knock down all his shots at the line, but he still did enough to put them in front.
Siakam's shot is off.
Great defensive effort. Just saved a basket.
You know what? This is why you never give up on a play. You don't know what's going to happen.
Personal foul. Teams in the penalty. At the line for the Supersonics, James. At the line for 2.
First free throw is good, and that will put them up by 2. So he goes 2 for 2 at the line, and it's a 3-point game.
And that's how you do it. Free throws can make a huge difference in a tight game.
Siakam outside. It's tipped and stolen by James. And James throws it down hard.
And what a huge sequence that could be.
Wow, a play that might come to define this game.
That could be a 4 to 5 point turnaround. How quickly things change.
And the Raptors with the ball after the basket by Seattle. Siakam finds Van Vliet. Off target from 3-point range.
Low percentage shot from long range. Terrible decision, especially when you still have a chance to win this.
On deep, James. Barnes grabs the miss.
Not quite enough defense. That time around, just lucky he was off.
Here's Van Vliet. Money!
Huge shot right there from Scotty. I love seeing him deliver in these situations.
So, guys, it comes down to this.
Time for your stars to shine.
Here's James. And another steal for him. And that's his 6th steal of the night.
Imposing his will at the defensive end.
And here's James. He'll bring it up for the Supersonics. And there's the intentional foul. No choice but to stop the clock here.
Yeah, you can't let him hold the ball and just look those last seconds away.
2 shots.
So the first one drops, and that gives them a 4-point cushion. And so he drops them both. It's a 5-point game.
Clutch free throws there. That should ensure they're going home with the W.
And the Raptors call time here. They're trailing by 5. There's 14 seconds left to play here in the 4th. Guys, what do you think?
An uphill climb. They need everything to break their way.
They also need to get the best shot you can as quickly as you can, and then immediately foul.
And now we've got the intentional foul.
Fred VanVleet, 5th personal foul. Shooting for Seattle, James at the line for 2.
Good on the first, and that increases their lead to 6. And so both free throws are good, and it's a 7-point game. Here's Anunoby. And the Raptors miss again. So we see the Sonics get the win here. It was a fantastic ball game, and they did a great job making sure they didn't get away from them late.
Yeah, I mean, they faced some challenges, but really held firm when they needed to. On both ends, just effective in terms of coming away with this win.
And that's going to do it tonight, folks, for our broadcast. Now, for Greg Anthony, Steve Smith, and David Aldridge, this is Kevin Harlan. Thanks for watching the NBA here on 2K Sports. So long.